it was pretty much black ice, man, on the roads. My wife sent me to get something from the store, and it was like cars left everywhere, just abandoned. But yeah, and
Tow
also
truck's gonna
driving.
be happy.
Oh yeah, and
Tow
also
truck's gonna
driving.
be money.
Oh yeah, and
Tow
also
truck's
driving.
gonna be money.
Oh yeah. Just looking at some of these charts, a lot of stuff is at support. Have you guys ever heard of this company? Does anyone know anything about this company? You guys there? Nobody?
Yes.
Yeah, so think about this. This company went from $12 in 2022, 23 to $300, $400, $420. Just a casual 5,000% here. And I'm not sure what they do. One of my friends asked me, what do I think about them? I said I would not buy it here, but yeah. Pretty insane. All right, well, let's take a look at what we got on ES. I deleted everything off my chart so I can kind of quickly chart it with you guys. This is monthly timeframes on volume profile. You can definitely go back if you guys want to look at ETH. When you just zoom out in the past 3 months, what do we got here?
Range.
Pretty range, and you could even take in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months. You're just in the range, right? And a lot of people are making a lot of long-term bullish, bearish assumptions off of this. Right now, you're on top of the range, right? We rejected this level that we had identified today. Do you guys recall this? I think it was 29.5, but it's December POC, and we called it what? Sell-off POC, right? So this was a big level today that we watched, and then I did get some SPY puts for next week based off of this. Also, the fact we'll get to the daily. There's a lot of weakness shown on daily today, but we'll go over that. Right now, we are in balance from prior month, right? If you're able to crack this 29, I would say there's probably a really high chance you're gonna go here to December value area high. So right here, and I would mark that. And then of course you have the all-time high sitting somewhere around 78. ETH, I think RTH was 63. Maybe not. Okay. All right, so this is our all-time high. Okay, so back in balance, right, for 3 months. So nothing exciting, but is there anything you guys should be kind of like, oh man, I see what's going on the monthly timeframes? Is there anything screaming at you just yet? Bullish, bearish?
Value shifted down.
Value shifted down, the price didn't. So what do they have to do over the next 10 days? What do they have to do?
Keep move the value up by keeping the price up there. Volume up.
Yeah, they want to stay above this. Like from longer time frame, they want to stay here. This is their, key level. They don't want to go below here because that would mean that this level here was rejected, and therefore they're not going to be building value here and most likely here. Therefore, this here probably is a suitable target if they lose that 71. So nothing to, kind of like freak people out, but they need to close above this POC and push the all-time highs, even though this right now, this zone here is probably a magnet for them. And I think for the payroll tomorrow, I would expect something to happen, right? Either a pump or a dump. I just got SPY puts for a hedge, as well as some of the levels we're hitting here. In terms of levels, right, on the downside, you guys see how stacked this zone is right here? And I think we had this marked multiple times before. I can grab the squares. You guys see this here? This is going to play a big role now, because now if they're trying to build value here, right? They want to stay in here for all-time high run. So if they lose this, they're looking a lot lower, potentially all the way back to 5802, which would be somewhere around here. And then 5700 would be somewhere around here. I'm sorry, where was 57? So this is it looks different on ES on the continuous, but either way, I would watch to see if they hold these zones, right? This is a critical zone because this is also a November value area low. You can definitely mark these if you're not familiar with the levels. Let me mark this one. So this is a pretty big zone for them to kind of stay above, right? If they don't, right, then they're telling you we're not accepting here. And then you also have this mini distribution called the penthouse, what we were talking about, not too long ago. If they can get in here, there's a high above this level, high chance we go and basically crack the new all-time high. And then you can definitely use fibs, what we talked about last time, to figure out, right, well, where's the next target. And it looks like it'll be around 280 and 6400 would be the next levels if we are able to crack this, right? So on monthlies, the value didn't shift. We still have 10 days or so left. They need to push and shift this value area high eventually to catch up, right? It would be good if they stay and close this month for bulls above it. If they fail, then it could be just another peak above and fail. And off of the high volume node that we had here, you sell off. But let's see what tomorrow brings. So then I would just switch here to weekly and see what's going on. Come on. So what is weekly telling you here? It looks so bad. One gap, two gaps, three gaps. Well, I guess there's four gaps. One, two, three, four gaps. So what is this telling you here?
So unhealthy auction.
Not a very healthy auction, right? The participation, as of right now, I don't think it's a lot of participants here. So if you guys, and how do we know that? So look at the values, like average. I would say this one's close to over 100. This one is tight. That's why we got the massive move. And then you have these, they're averaging a little bit more than what we are seeing here, 58 points for the weekly. And notice the value area high here is at the top. What do you think happens if we fill this gap tomorrow? Let's say we lose this and we go to the downside. What do you guys think happens? In terms of shape creation, what could be potentially, what could we see here in terms of profile for weekly?
If it's fast enough, it might be a double distribution or D shape
Very,
maybe.
very high chance that it might be a double, right? So if you think about it, if they lose this, they're most likely going to stay here. So you will have this one with another set of single prints, hopefully in RTH. They give us some kind of volume, some time spent here. Then you will have simply a double, you will have a node. You will have a B and split, hopefully some single prints here. And that's what it would look like. And then it would be fairly easy to monitor where do we go from here, in my opinion, right? So we'll watch this on the weekly. We know this is, I guess the high here is developing value area high for this week. And what do you notice about this zone here? What could you expect right here?
Support.
It'd potentially be a good support here, right? In terms of structure, there's just not a lot of structure here, guys. You had this gap, then we gapped over that. Then you had a gap. I mean, usually there's a 3 rule exhaustion gap. Not, I don't believe it, but that's what, people that trade gaps and day closes, they look at that. So there could be some exhaustion coming in, and you'll see it on the daily. I promise it'll make sense after we look at the market profile side of the things. That'll make total sense. So I'll switch this now and go TPO on the weekly so you guys can see, how much time did we spend here overall. So let's go here. We're gonna lower this to about 6. And for now, we're just gonna hide the candles. We don't need them. All right. So does this look like a healthy breakout so far? You're in a balance, right? For a couple of weeks, I would say here you had overlapping. Let me make sure this is weekly. Yep. You're in balance here. Remember those value area highs that were stacking, right? They opened above it, they cracked it, but then they're being met with the 3-week balance that we had previously. And the POC was somewhere around, I don't know, 129.25. We came there, rejected, and now we're back. And you see that there's a double distribution already being built on TPO, right? With the massive gap in between. So this tiny little thing is a distribution, right? And then you have this one here as well, that's gonna act like a distribution on the bottom. And it's very close to where we're looking that we might have some support. And then you see on the bottom here, you do have what? What's this called?
Buying tail.
Yeah, so there's a buying tail. This is your weekly access low that's been built, right? Why is that important for now? Look at the picture to your left. Why is it important?
It could mean that we accepted previous value.
Okay. So we rejected previous week's value, correct? Because we had the access low, somebody stepped in and defended that. And you can see there's a nice little ledge, I think 3 TPOs. They defended it. Still early week, right? I mean, we still have a couple of days to look at this. But what about like top side, right? Because we're at the top now, depending on where we open tomorrow. How would you guys play this tomorrow? What's the key level from the weekly standpoint here? Want to see who's got it.
Be the 110 week, the 111, 110 that we couldn't break under today.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is a pretty, bearish signal, right? What I would look for here also is this. Would this be important at all?
Yeah, that's where the
So-
the buying tail.
Yeah, so you have a little ledge being created, right, with the O period. So I would keep an eye on this level. If we lose this, there's potentially a high chance you're gonna go and hit the bottom levels, right? I would probably say if you can hold this, you're gonna go to about 6,100. I think there's some delta in that area as well. So it'd be right around here. You'd be going there, then 93, fill the gap, and then all the way to 88. That's kind of what I would be targeting. When it goes to about, thought it was 87-ish. But okay. And now on the daily, when you guys look at the daily picture here, it's just a very poor profiles all around. And here's another gap. I'm just gonna hide the weeklies. So what do you guys notice about the profile shape today? It started looking like what? At one point, it changed 3 times today, right?
P, a D.
And then also had a B shape today, did it not?
Yep.
Didn't we take that long today, all of us? I think the whole everyone in the Discord was long at the same spot today. You guys remember where that was?
Shorty moving the market.
25. 25.
Yeah. So we were watching this, right? So they did leave, some periods here that we were watching early on, right? So it was 29 to 25 that we were watching, and we were trying to get in and drive that higher, right? They did stumble somewhere. Does everybody see where they struggled?
At 30.
Let me zoom in.
130.
So let's just go through the day, right? So you have open here, open there, you have the A period, right? And how did you know there's a high chance we might go higher just off of the A period? Didn't I tell you guys there's a high chance they're just gonna rip it, go to 29.5, That was the level I was targeting. There was something around 35. I forgot exactly what was to the left, but I didn't have it marked on the chart. I was targeting 29. That would have been good. Why did I say that? Just based on the A period.
The
it
excess.
wasn't pure. It wasn't broken.
It was above the spike from yesterday. Never touched it.
Yeah, that's true. But let's talk about the framing on A period versus the B period, right? So
Like
let's just,
50%.
so if I look at this and I look at the 50%, where do we bounce in the B period? You guys see that?
50% of A.
Yeah.
Came right on. So that was a good indication. They're like, oh no, we want to go higher. And was it the prettiest price action today? I would say probably not, right? They came in, they were dragging a stuff a lot. Then they came here and I was kind of looking like, okay, well, you broke this, the 2 hour session, right? So you have an hour here. So 2 hours. When you were consolidating for 2 hours, the rule is at least expand it for the same duration, right? So if you're consolidating in this range, here, I would want to see some kind of expansion out of it, right? So if they're here, but look how much they expanded. Does this look right to you guys? Did they go far from value that they built? This is the value that they built. Did they go far from it when they disagreed on a price?
Not at all.
We weren't confident.
Exactly. Like they were not very confident, not a confident auction. Then they consolidated here. They made a higher high in the F and a higher low. And then in the G period, what happened? This is good for people that haven't done market profile before. What did G period do compared to F period? I'm a hide candles. You guys don't know.
Stayed inside of it.
Stayed inside of it, but we were creating a ledge, creating a little bit of support on, I would say right here. And I did say if we lose 29, there's a high chance we're gonna go probably to a high, right? I was targeting that we're gonna go right here. You guys remember that? So that was the idea. They came in, I think, of 24, which some of you guys grabbed really good fills today on 25. I actually got like 26, 27 fill on the long side when we were pushing here. When we were trading, I did mention we want to be in this period, we want to go above 33.5. Do you guys recall that? In L period?
Yep.
Why did I say that?
50%.
50%. What else, you guys?
Developing a ledge there.
This is a ledge, right? This is a pure ledge. And what does, in this case, ledge indicate?
We failed to make
Resistance.
calls.
Exhausted.
There's buyer's exhaustion. So think about it, right? Nobody in the market was willing to bid a penny higher. Does that make sense to you guys? Like, I mean, the market's huge. At this point, nobody was willing to bid 133.5. And that's all I was asking for, to confirm what in the M period.
Spike.
Spike. And they didn't, right? All I said is you give me 33.5, you're gonna spike. You don't, we're not gonna spike. And of course, they did not spike, right? They closed, I believe, somewhere around here, 120-ish or so. So does it make sense, at least how we saw it and what I saw it today, like to make some calls? I was actually pretty efficient today on ES. I was green. We grabbed some Apple calls. We grabbed SPY puts. We were green on those. No calls went up, I think 43-4% already. And then of course we have the snow calls for February. Those are doing okay so far. But does this make sense to all? Not the cleanest price action today. So if you're frustrated, probably there's a reason. Does it make sense to all? Like why, where, how do we see the exhaustion? Where do we expect the buyers? Because this was a single print once at one point, right? This is where your single print was right here. All right, so they're building value higher. So if I turn on the candle to see how they traded, then they came here, they gave you a bounce, they dipped below, they gave you a bounce, they reclaimed it. When they reclaim it like this, typically, and they don't make a higher high, what does it tell you? Like we reclaimed the key level, but we didn't take the higher high. What does that mean?
It's going to come back down.
Exhausted buyers. If you're so strong off of this demand and you're really rejecting the value here, you should have gone to the extreme high of that other value, correct? And they didn't. So there was a clear sign that we were experiencing a little bit of exhaustion. So for tomorrow, when you guys look at it, what is the key level you would watch, right? I would watch the 17 level, right, that we marked. It's going to be pretty important, to kind of understand what is happening there. Would you guys care about this level right here? I would say right here. Would this level matter at all to anyone?
Yeah, that's the end of the open test drive from the morning.
Okay, what else is there?
Value area low.
Yeah, so tomorrow, as you guys know, what do we want to see in the morning?
I guess where they open.
Well, we want to see where they open, right? It's important that we know where they are in relationship to the price, right? We also had some spikes before. I think it was here. I just deleted everything, so give me 1 second. It was minimal spike though. Oh, what is that noise? You guys hear that or just me?
No, it's
No, I heard
Royal's
it.
got a hot mic.
Who is it?
Royal.
Oh,
Oh, I'm in a chopper. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, so we have the spike. What is this from Tuesday? If you guys want the market, sure, Tuesday. It's not a really big spike, right? So I'm not that, concerned for it, but I will monitor to see if we do come back to this level. I'd pay attention, see how do we react to it. I would expect to see some buyers, right? And that's where the gap is as well. So if we do crack below this, there's potentially a high chance you're going to visit the spike. And ultimately, if they give us this right here, that'd be beautiful, right? This would be a pretty good long, especially if they do what? So the way tomorrow can play out is, let's say they open here, they get rejected, they probably fill this gap pretty fast. Do this, and then they do this. A lot of shorts pile in. They give them a nudge, and then do this. You think this is not doable? I mean, not in that speed, but you guys, what do you guys think?
That kind of matches the price action from today.
There's a high chance they can play something out like this, right? Because a lot of people are net long. How can you tell potentially that people are net long here?
Opening above yesterday's settle price.
Yeah, it's pretty crowded, right? High. We open above the previous close, so it's pretty crowded here at the top, right? So everybody saw the bull flags, right? They gave them a little test here, and they failed, and then most people bought again, and so on. But tomorrow, ideally for bears, they want to do what? What do the bears want to do? Remember, whenever you're in a bullish run, their ultimate goal is to put in a lower low. They want to start framing down. So if they can go below this 10, 11 level that Erica was talking about, that's a pretty big level because today they defended it, right? And even in ETH, I believe they spent significant amount of time in that area. And you guys have a little bit of single prints on ETH here as well. That it's probably not bad to be aware of them. 105 to about 107. They can come back and test those again.
They're at it right now.
Oh.
The 111 area.
Oh, they just dipped below. So yeah. Now they can potentially, if they regain this value area low, they can see if that's a poor low. No. Not poor high, sorry. So there's a high chance they'll reject here. But you see that somebody's stepping in and defending that overnight gap. And this probably is a POC here. Right on. the 110 level. So, but I think they'll go lower ultimately first, and a lot of people probably see some patterns that are pattern traders here, pattern shoulders or whatnot. Okay. I did run a stock scan today. I saw some interesting things on the stock scan. Actually, there's a lot of energy stocks that are on a stock scan, and I wouldn't mind grabbing some energy stocks coming up here with this new administration. So we'll keep an eye on it for Sunday. We'll do a stock scan. We'll do a class. We'll do a volume profile along with the orbs, right? A lot of people have asked me about the orbs, the indicator. So we're going to cover the volume profile. Basically, it's going to be a long class. It's going to be about 2.5 to 3 hours total. We're going to cover volume profile in detail from basically the idea what volume profile is to type of openings there are. We're going to cover the days in detail so you guys can start recognizing those, and then we're going to add orbs, and then there's 4 or 5 setups that we look for on volume profile that we play based on what what the market's giving us, right? And then market profile, so if you're new, don't get that confused. Price and volume are needed. Price, volume, and time give you the value. We can look out, chart, time, and volume. Price is just a discovery mechanism, right? It's just how we figure out if the price is going to be accepted or rejected. But we use both volume and time to determine value of something. So we'll cover volume and orbs. And orbs, as you guys know, you guys will get the indicators for orbs. So we'll cover what these are. A lot of people ask me, what is the difference between the regular trend bar and a super trend bar. So we can definitely go over some of the setups, what that means in terms of orbs, like when you open above the range, high and low. And then we do have some other stuff here, as you guys see. Some people, even in the Discord, still trade basically just the orbs, right? And the indicator alone has a lot of stuff in it, right? So if you guys go on 5 minutes, it's actually not a bad indicator to keep an eye on. Typically, you will get these arrows that you guys see. They're actually pretty efficient, and the trend bar will keep you fairly honest to your trade, especially if you're on ASHI candles, right? So we'll go in details for a lot of you guys. You'll understand what the SV means. There's also a little X that you guys see here, and we'll go over that, what that means. And then pair that with volume profile, I think you get a pretty good weapon, right, to trade and potentially become profitable sooner than later, right? We're not in a rush, but you got to absorb the knowledge, right? So I'll schedule that for Sunday. It'll probably be 11:30, 11:40, and then you guys can plan for 2 to 3 hours session on it.
Hey, Shorty, how do I get those orbs indicators?
Did you submit on the username in the Google?
I did.
Let me see. I'm looking at it
It
right
might
now.
have been a bit ago, or maybe I didn't. I did
What
remember I
is your
sent you a
username?
DM. I DM'd it to you. Hold on.
Hold on, let me check. Let me here. For some reason, I don't see it on the spreadsheet, but I can. Let me see what you sent. I see your username.
Mine haven't been showing either, sorry.
I'm sorry.
The indicators, they haven't been showing up on my trading view either.
Who is that? I'm sorry, I didn't recognize the voice.
LeBron James.
Oh, you have them. I know you have them. You sure? They're under invite only. So if you click on indicators, there's invite only scripts here.
Yeah, that part doesn't show up on my
I don't
trading
even
view for
have
some
the
reason.
invite only tab.
Yeah, I don't have that tab either.
Okay, hold on. Let me give it to you guys right now.
Yeah, I don't have it either.
All right, you guys will give me the names, and I'll just quickly give them to you guys. All right. So Labir, if you want to check here, I'll tell you when.
Okay.
It should be good right now. You might have to Control Shift R on the on your browser, or if you're an app, I don't know if you have to close it. I'm not sure how it's cached.
Okay, let me close it and open it up.
Okay. And then I'll give you the clouds as well.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, you should have 2, and here's a third one coming. There it goes, 3. LeBron, did you ping me your name if you don't mind, just so I can get it real quick, so I don't have to go through the spreadsheet?
Yeah, 1 sec.
Okay.
I just put my name in the. It's the same as my Discord name. Almighty Beardman.
Somebody, whoever is online, Jules Full of Energy, if that's you, like, I can't find your username on in Twitter. Let me try again. Okay, I found it now.
So did you call me, Shorty?
Say it again.
Did you say anything to me? No.
No. I was
Okay.
asking somebody for a username.
Yeah.
Hey, how's the outflow on the year end? If you don't mind looking it up in the.
I'm not at
number.
the terminal. I'll send it to you tomorrow morning.
Yeah, send it if you don't mind tomorrow. I want to see what are they doing.
Okay.
I think it should be flat.
It has been. I mean, there's these spikes at the end of each month,
Yeah,
up
but
and down.
those are 401k purchases.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
But
that's
I haven't seen a big move up. I'll check it tomorrow morning.
yeah, that's good. Yeah, I think something odd's going on. Like one of my friends, he's a bonds trader for a living. He was giving me heads up to look at TLT a little bit more. So
I'll take a
I'll
look at
look
that
at it
too.
tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll look at it tonight a little bit. I'll chart TLT because something's definitely going on. I wrote last time that TLT was at a really exciting level. So let me hide this. The TLT is at a really, really exciting level here. For me, at least. Let me see here. You guys see why?
It's a pretty.
If we reclaim this value area low, guys, this is a pretty tight value.
Yeah.
They're gonna explode. And they're gonna go to the top right here. Last time we came to this level, I was aware of it. I think Sunny asked me, I said, this is a big level. They came to that POC and rejected. Now we went below the value. The value is overlapping, right? It's not like we're getting a clear, shift in value, in my opinion. So it's not a bad, keep an eye on it because it can scream potentially more things than what market's really telling us in terms of Feds. LeBron, I just took care of you there. Should have it.
Yeah, I have everything set up. Thanks, Shorty.
Okay, I think most of you guys should be, let's see.
Can I get it as well? Almighty Beardman.
Let me
All right,
check.
it works now. Thanks, Shorty.
Okay. Ruth, it's telling me that you have it. I just checked. Yeah. So you might want to check on your invite only script. So press Control Shift R if you're on browser. If you have an app, you have to close it and reopen it. Go under here, and then you'll have this little invite only, and then you should see 3 indicators show up there, Ruth. If you don't mind checking while we're here. Yeah, I just checked, and it keeps telling me that you have it, right? So here. And it says that you have it. All right, who else needs it?
Almighty Beardman.
Let me get you. Almighty Beardman.
Yes, sir. I put it in chat. It should be spelled the same way as my Discord.
I got you. Yeah.
Okay.
You should be good.
Thank you. I got it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so what you're
Anyone
saying
else?
is
Yep, go ahead.
have a lot of energy drinks for Sunday.
Yeah, it'd be good. I'll be on coffee.
Which indicator were we adding?
I'm sorry?
Which indicator were you adding people to?
I was giving them orbs, Shorty, and then orbit VWAP and clouds.
Okay, yeah, I got those.
Yep, you should have those.
Do you have videos explaining like basically how to read those?
Yeah, so we're gonna cover the orbs on Sunday, which is this
Okay.
indicator that I just brought. So we're gonna cover everything on it, right? Everything in detail. Then you have orbit straight clouds. I'll go over this as well. You can use it definitely for day trading, right? I use them more for stock purchases, but here I'll show you. So these are 15, 30-minute clouds, and you'll see how they behave here.
Is there
So
a reason you don't use them to day trade?
I just prefer for long-term options.
Okay.
Stocks.
Right.
You can definitely use them, and like as you see here, when the box is shaded with color, there's a high chance you're not going to go through it, right? And there's an example, for instance, on TLT here. It came here and the box hit, and you can check on other stocks. Here's Tesla. So look, box got shaded. We came back. There's typically you're not going to go through it, especially if this value here is over -1.
Right.
And,
So
and
you're
then
just looking for like go long or go short if it bounces to bounce off of those.
at the bottom or the top, nothing in
Yep.
between.
All right, cool.
And you see here, you had a lot of, I would say, confirmation that this is going lower, right? And most likely it's going to go below 409. Here's Apple, for instance. And you see Apple, the bottom clouds were open, therefore they're trying to find buyers. And most likely tomorrow we're going to be, if market opens and the jobless claims rule, I think BOJ has a decision coming in, most likely go to this 229. And then these clouds are multi-time frame. So I can change this cloud to be 4 hours. I can change it to be 1 day. I can change this one to be a weekly. And now, of course, the scope's going to change. The chart's going to change. So now you can see here, for instance, what's happening, right? These clouds are closed. Once they got in, there's pretty low chance they're going to go through it. And you look at this here, came to the bottom, cloud was closed, retest, and all the way to the bottom now. So this would be your one weekly bottom here at the cloud. Hence, somebody bought the calls here at the bottom.
Makes sense. I don't have that one. I don't know if you ended up
who's
sending those
speaking?
clouds. It's Libier.
Okay, hold on, let me check. And these are called straight clouds. I also have like squiggly ones, but let's not get you guys confused on those. What am I on? Can I just close it for a second here? Very well. It says you have it, Libir.
Oh, really?
I want to Control Shift R refresh.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it right now. Here.
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
Okay, good.
Were you going over stocks today? I didn't know. I just joined, so I don't know.
Say it again.
Were you going over stocks today?
No, I was just showing a couple of them.
Okay.
We took some plays today on options. We were long on Apple, short SPY, long Snow. We were playing a couple of options just because the market was really, really slow.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes I do that. I buy longer dated, and sometimes I'll play SPX for fun. We used to play SPX a lot more till the 0DT came in and kind of killed the option market a little bit.
Are you aiming for the strike price as your exit on those Apple puts?
Yes.
You are.
Yeah, of course.
So on the Apple puts, is it too late to get in them? I'm sorry, I'm just late to the show, kind of here.
Apple puts, yes. We're in calls now. We were in Apple puts here. I think we got 250 somewhere around here. Don't quote me. I think here. It was rejecting a key value. We got puts for 225.
Okay.
For last week, we got 225, and we closed them. I think I don't know where it was. I think we closed them close.
So you want to take it long from here?
Yeah, we're long already.
Okay.
Yeah, we got in somewhere. I think right here, 221. I think we're up. I don't want to check right now, but close to 15% on the Apple calls. Yeah. Anything else? Any other questions from anyone? All right. Well, I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm not going to be in the morning. I have to take my kiddo to doctor, and then in the afternoon, wife and I are going on a date. So I will not have a market update, but I'll certainly write up what I see going into Friday. If I was you guys, I would be careful trading in the morning tomorrow due to the binary event. I would not recommend that you guys build a habit of trading during that time. And that's I believe at 8:30 tomorrow. So if I was you guys, I'll practice patience and don't trade it. Let it settle down. There's a lot of stuff coming out regarding oil, and then tomorrow is the mortgage rates, and then we have a Fed balance sheet at 4:30, which could cause some turmoil after hours, I think.
Trump speaks
Yeah,
tomorrow
I
too.
think Trump speaks. Yeah, exactly.
Oh God, what
At
time?
11.
11.
11, I think. Yeah.
I need to add him back to my calendar. Fuck. Okay, that's good. I didn't have him speaking. I forget. Now I have to monitor when he speaks. He's worse than.
And when he tweets.
Yeah, I need to follow him. Is he back on Twitter? Oh, he
Yep.
is. Yeah. Man, well, I gotta follow him, and I gotta put the alerts on. Well, all right. Well, thank you
Thanks, Sean.
guys. I will see you guys tomorrow, probably in the afternoon, and then of course Friday, and then Sunday we'll do a class. And if anyone's interested, you guys are welcome to join, listen to the class, see if it's something you're willing to learn. And my link is on my Twitter. You guys are welcome to try it out. See you guys.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thanks, Shorty.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shorty. Thank you.